Zachariah Jackson, BASA News. Well, you know, in less than 11 days, today is the 2nd of June, you know, surprisingly because the weather is up and down, but it is June. 10 more days will be the election where the 8th of May, you were a part of it.
Right.
And you introduce yourself first for the community.
I'm SHAWN McCRAY. I'm running for Central Ward Councilman and runoff election on June 12th.
June 12th is the day. Tell me, what, I'm going to go right into it. What put you, what would make you want to get involved in politics?
Politics?
Yeah.
You know, I've been working in the community for a long time, so it's just, I feel as though there's more resources out there that I can use to benefit, you know, the people in the community. You know, I've been working with children and their families for almost 30 years, and, you know, I lose kids to the streets.
Sure.
And, you know, I get a lot of kids that, you know, do the right thing, but I think with more resources that we can put into the community, you know, because once these guys become older and, you know, they have lives of their own, you know, I think a lot of them get lost out in the community, and I think just being in City Hall, I could be that face that relates to the community and try to give these guys some hope that they can, you know, succeed in life.
What have you done in the community? Not questioning you, but just for the people to know.
Well, I run a basketball program here in the city of Newark for grades K through 8. It's a year-round program. We take boys and girls, no matter what the basketball skills are. You know, if they just want to learn, then, you know, we teach them. I coach at Central High School. I'm the head basketball coach there. I've been the head coach for 12 years.
Okay.
I work at the school as a substitute teacher. I've been there for 13 years as a substitute. So you know, I'm hands-on with a lot of people in the community. I started my program because of the fact that there was a lot of kids running around, you know, single-parent homes, and they had no recreation in the area I was in. At the time, I was in the South Ward on Clinton Avenue in Chadwick. And I just started a basketball program for the kids back in 1996, and it's taken off from there. So now we have a lot of different things that we do with the basketball. We do summer leagues, we do basketball summer camps, we do fall league, spring league. So I did it because I wanted to capture kids with basketball, and then once I get them in, I can do the mentorship, the counseling, you know, trying to steer them in the right direction, because some of them were already, you know, going in the wrong direction. So it was just a way to capture them, and I captured them through basketball.
Now, when you say you teach girls and boys,
yes.
So do you put them on the same team?
Well, the younger kids you can, but once they get about, you know, 7th, 8th grade, we kind of break them off into their own, you know, their own gender. We don't mix them. But when they're younger, you know, you can actually do that because they're not really skilled yet to be playing with, you know, like, you know, you can still teach them at that age. Like ages like 5 to 10, 5 to 11, you can still mix them. But once they get a little older, because they're getting closer to high school, you have to break them down and put them on their own teams.
Okay. Well, the election again is June 12th. When you're elected to office, what would be the first order of duty you do?
Well, the first thing I would do that I've seen not one council person do, I mean, they may have done it, but I've never seen it done in the Central Ward or even when I lived in the South Ward. I would reach out to all the residents in the ward, you know, like how we go out and knock on doors now for election, and we try to cover everybody, and, you know, within 3 to 6 months. You know, I would introduce myself to all the residents in the Central Ward, and I know I wouldn't know everybody by name. You know, that's might be impossible, just to familiarize myself with who lives in the ward. You know, so I would go out and knock on doors all over again during the summer and just introduce that I'm your new Central Ward council person, because a lot of people don't know who the council person is.
That's the truth. That's true. I've heard that right there. But people seem to know who you are. I heard about Hank Ann Field, that you've done something there years ago.
Well, I still do. We have a summer league that will start June 30th at Hank Aaron. I usually start at Father's Day weekend, but being that the election is in a runoff, you know, I'm focused more on this, so I had to push the league back a couple of weeks. But we've been down there for, this will be the 20th year that we've had the summer league, and we have 9 different age groups. We start 8-year-olds all the way up to a college division, and we get about, on a regular, about 80 to 90 teams, and the teams come from all over New Jersey.
Okay.
The league is, we have officials. It's a very competitive league. We've had Kyrie Irving played in the league, Kyle Anderson who plays for the Spurs, Carl Anthony Towns played when he was a youngster, Kenneth Fareed, who's actually from Newark, and we've had a host of kids that went on to high-level Division I schools and played high-level basketball that has actually came through the league and not played with me per se, but they were on a team that participated in the league.
When you went to Central, did you graduate from Central? You said 85.
85, yeah.
Did you play?
Yes, I played for Central.
Okay.
We had a very good team that year. My coach was Walter Daniels, and that's the person who actually got me in college. He took me to the school that I went to.
What school did you go to?
I went to a junior college up in Pennsylvania. It's now a 4-year college, but back then it was a 2-year college. It was Keystone Junior College. I played there for 2 years, and then I transferred and graduated from Caldwell University up in Caldwell, New Jersey with my
Oh yes, I know Caldwell.
Yeah, I have a BA in sociology and a minor in criminal justice.
Oh, okay, wow, that's wonderful. So you're active in the community, and when did it hit you that, I need to step up my game and become involved in the political arena in Newark?
Well, in around 2010, a friend of mine, Malik Jones, who works with me, with the kids, he suggested that I run for office and I run for Central Ward. And we were, fighting in a good way. I told him I didn't think I was ready. There were some things that I wanted to do that, I think politics would have gotten in the way. And, in 2014, I said, this is probably the time, so I decided to run. I wasn't...
Now, in 2014, did you run for councilman, or did you run, or what office did you run?
2014, I ran for Central Ward Councilman.
Okay.
It was my first time, indulging in politics. I always followed it, but I never really wanted to be a part of it because I always thought, the political structure wasn't really for the community.
Sure.
And so I felt I was community, and I think we needed someone in there who can relate to the community. I mean, we focus on, building up the city, but we don't focus on building up the residents of the city.
Building the characters of the young, especially of the young.
Right, so that's where I thought I would come in at. And, it went pretty good. I finished third. Darren Sharif and Gail Chaneyfield, they were in the runoff, and I felt I did very well, being that I was running against 2 constituents that already had a seat in City Hall.
Sure.
And, I was proud of myself. I had 1,100 votes in that election. I was about 400 votes behind Chaneyfield and about 800 votes behind Sharif. So I did pretty good, and I think me being in the race forced the runoff.
Oh, wow. And in this election, how many votes did you get? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, this election I received 735 votes. The voter turnout was lower, about 4,000 less people came out than came out in 2014. So I think those are where the numbers, kind of are off a little bit. I think I would have gotten more votes if more people would have come out. But this election, it was a low voter turnout throughout the whole election.
Wow.
And, it was only about 30,000 people voted in the whole city of Newark, and there's about 172,000 registered voters. So the turnout was very low, and people are expecting the runoff to be low as well. But, a lot of people are surprised at the numbers that I did get because my ballot number was C5, so you actually had to look for me.
Sure.
Instead of being like the first couple of candidates in the race, I was C5, and I was C5 in 2014. So, that spot has been pretty good to me.
So, but now they have you A1.
Yes, I'm A1 now on the ballot, which is great. A lot of people that's in the political forums say that A1 is a good spot. It accounts for at least 10% of the voters that come out, because a lot of people are not aware. A lot of people just want to vote, and they're not really familiar with the candidates. Yeah. So they'll just press A1. So if that's the case, then I'll take that 10%. Okay. I'm not going to argue with it.
Oh man, yes, that's good. How do you get along with the seniors? Have you been interacting with the seniors?
Well, the seniors are tough. not as people, but it's just tough to get in their buildings. We can't actually go in and knock on doors and hand out literature. We had a couple of mailers in the previous election, but the seniors are a tough crowd to get to if you're not in the know.
Sure.
You have to have connections with the people that actually run the senior buildings. And I'm be honest, I don't have a rapport with a lot of people in the senior buildings. I know seniors that live in some of these buildings, but it's just getting the information to them.
But once you elected it,
that'll definitely change.
And you will reach out and
I'm reaching out to everybody in the Central Ward, black, white, Latino, any community in the Central Ward. I'll be open to talk to anyone. I mean, I can't solve every problem, but I'll listen to the issues, because every area has different issues. Every area in the Central Ward is different, so the issues are going to be different. So, but I'm open. I'm accessible. I'm willing to sit down with anybody, and if I can, give 100% effort or whatever they need done, I'm the person to do it.
Okay. What do you think that we can tell our kids, our young people, to keep them out of trouble? What is some of the methods that we could use?
To keep kids out of trouble, we definitely need programs. When I grew up, it was a program everywhere. Right now, a lot of programs you have to pay for. I mean, there's a lot of free programs, but it's not in the whole city. We had maybe 2-3 block radius. We had a program going on in the summer and the winter that we could go to. It was like a safe haven.
Yeah.
So we have to get more programs for our kids. We have to educate them, because a lot of our kids are not taking education serious. And once it's time to graduate, they're graduating to the corners. And, we have to provide different, programs for them to succeed in life. Like, we have re-entry programs, but we need pre-entry programs,
Sure.
Before,
So
we don't want,
right.
Before they go, get incarcerated or, they just...
We don't want them to go through the mud and then have to clean them up.
Right, we want to keep them clean. We don't want them to get in the mud. But sometimes the system, that's the way it's designed. So we have to teach. It's always teaching and preaching to the kids, because they don't think things can happen to them. And me being an example of coming from the community, and
coming from Central Ward,
right, and
coming from the projects, actually,
of the Central Ward, and doing positive things, and just gives them hope that I can do that. Or being a business owner in the Central Ward, you give people hope. And a lot of people don't have the hope that I had when I was a kid. We were told that you have to do right, you have to go to school, you have to get a job. Sure. That's not being preached to our kids. We think we can get by just putting our hand out. Somebody's going to give us something. It doesn't work like that in the real world.
That's the truth. That is the truth. So on that day, tell them how to vote.
Right.
A1.
Right.
Give your name and give everything.
I'm SHAWN McCRAY. Again, I'm running for Central Ward Councilman. I'm in the runoff election on June 12th. My line number is A1, and my slogan is building a stronger community. I grew up in the Central Ward, and I went to school in the Central Ward, and Central Ward has always been good to me. I mean, just growing up here and the friends I've met over time, I just want to bring back that community bond that we used to have. And I just want to bring the resources to the Central Ward. I mean, we see the Central Ward being built up downtown.
Sure.
We need stuff built up uptown, as people are calling it now, downtown versus uptown. So, I want to be the face for the people they consider uptown. I want to bring, jobs to the community. I want people to be entrepreneurs and business owners, because we have a lot of vacant properties sitting here in the city of Newark. You can be business owners and property owners, and you can live a productive life that everybody wants to live. So I feel as though I'm the best candidate for the Central Ward seat, because I'm a familiar face in the community, and we need familiar people that we can relate to sitting in City Hall.
Yes, okay. Well, when I reached out, once I get a candidate name, of course I do my research and history on it.
Right.
I've done some extensive history on you.
Okay.
And I will say this right here, everybody is saying cheerio. Everybody. Everybody that I've called out and this, that, and other, reached out to, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, that I reach out to and everything, and they say, yes, we like this guy. That you've been in the community working, and that's what it really takes,
Right.
you know. Someone that hands-on, that work in the community, that know the community
Right.
thing. That's not a stranger. And you fit all the qualifications of a person that know, born and bred, come out of the projects with a success story.
Right.
And we need that because we need a lot of the young people to grow into the next firefighter, the
Right.
next police officer,
Yes, sir.
the next whatever community servant.
Right.
People don't want to be called politicians, don't want to be called community servant.
Right.
And so we need that right there. So thank you for the interview.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yes, and another thing, is there any number that they can reach you at? If someone want to call you, do you have a number that they can reach
Yeah,
you
I
at?
mean, I have a cell phone number, 973-449-7324. I've had that number for 17 years, so everybody has that number. That's the only number you can reach me at. Also, my website for the campaign is SHAWNMcCRAY2018.com. If you want to make donations, we're still taking donations. We got the GOTV, Get Out and Vote, on election day, so we're going to need some funds to help us, just pay people to work the polls for us and just get some more literature before the June 12th election. And also, I'm on Facebook at SHAWN McCRAY. So you need to reach out to me. You can inbox me. I'm at my max of friends, but my page is open. It's not private, so you can go on my page. I post every day. Every day I try to put up a positive quote, just so people can get through the day and believe that, life is not over. So, I can be on Facebook. I'm reached on Facebook, SHAWN McCRAY.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you for having me.
BASA News, Zachariah Jackson. BASA News. Goodbye.